Hello everyone, it is I, the Melanated Oracle, and today we're going to be going over what spiritual gifts were passed down throughout your lineage. I was actually inspired by the Hoodoo Tarot to do this. However, she does her spread slightly differently, but I felt inspired that, some people may find it interesting to know what spiritual gifts have been passed down throughout their lineage, and if they haven't learned about these gifts yet, then this is something they may want to look into. So I have 3 piles. Pile 1, 2, and 3, like usual, I would give you some time to meditate with these cards. So if you chose pile number 1, then this is the reading for you. So let's go ahead and just get started. First we got Voodoo Doll. Someone has tried to cast work or send negative energy your way. Feeling attached, sleepless nights, protection needed. African Mask Spirit. We have warded off negative plans and plots against you. Inspired. Creative drive. Remain focused. Keep your head clear. Royalty, authority, business, rule, respected, inheritance, bloodline, and leadership. And I'm going ahead and do the cards that I made. It's kind of bootleg, don't judge. You got clairsentient, touch, prayer warrior, and have no fear. So first off, the first thing I realized when pulling these cards is that you guys are protectors more than anything. You guys, that's one of the spiritual gifts, especially with the prayer warrior. And if you don't believe in prayer, think of this as what essentially you say to the universe comes true. But really with prayer warrior, at least in my family, that's always used for really protection for those around us. There are even stories in my family of, some of my great aunts really praying people back to life, praying things into existence. So really, if you don't believe in the power of prayer, you can think of it as, manifestation or whatever you want to think of it as. But really, especially with the Voodoo Doll and African Mask Spirit, you guys are protectors more than anything, especially since you have inspired. You're able to keep a clear head, you're able to maintain focus in order to really focus your energy on the things that are important. And for you, one of those is protection, especially for your lineage and legacy, because you have the royalty card. So royalty runs in your bloodline. It may be really, really far back because we don't really have kings and queens like we used to, but because you do have this royal bloodline, you have no fear of your spiritual gifts or powers or any of your enemies or things that come against you. That anything that comes against you will be warded off. The plots will be thwarted. They don't really stand a chance against you and your ancestors and the teams that really go behind you. And with my ancestor candle really fizzing like that, that's just a confirmation. But let's continue. Right, wait, before we go, again with the touch, like I said, along with the prayer warrior or whatever you want to think about it, like a lot of times when my family prays, you put your hands on someone, you pray for them, and really, my family is able to really bring people back. I mean, some have been able to, they claim they brought people back to life. I have for sure seen, my grandmother, if she put your hands on you and there was any type of injury or illness, within a few hours it'd be gone and you'd be perfectly healed. So really with touch, you can either A, protect someone, or either, protection is your main thing, or either B, heal someone. Especially with you clairsentient, you can feel all the energy, and if something needs to be changed, you are then able to change that. So really your biggest thing is protection and warding off negative energies and entities. If you have not done it, I just heard you may want to look into making, protective charms for either yourself, your family, or individuals. So continuing, so you also got Miss Robinson, and I actually read the whole Hoodoo Tarot book, and the whole thing with Miss Robinson is she was a root worker. This is actually the devil card, but she was a root worker, and there's a Christian woman who didn't like the work that she was doing, and so she actually ran her out of business for a minute. But since Miss Robinson didn't like that, she's like, nah, this ain't gonna, ride out today. But you know, she actually ended up doing a working that killed the lady's son, who basically tried to run her out of business. And that's why, you know, she has this, she's smiling outside of the funeral home, because in all honesty, she won. You know, it was an enemy that tried to go against her, tried to bring her business down, tried to bring her down, tried to make her, you know, have a bad name. And you know, she's just like, well, you know, you tried it, but at the end of the day, you know, my spirit team came through for me. You know, my spirits, my energy, my ashe came through and kept me protected. So really, again, nobody can really mess with y'all or anybody y'all pray over, you know, speak over, any of those things. Mother of Knives, again, you are quite mature. It's one thing, you're quite mature in your actions, so you're not going to just be doing things just to do them. You are going to, if you do anything, you're going to be doing it for a reason. And yep, you also got ancestors. Again, your ancestors really come through when you need them to. They're not really letting anybody come, you know, in between anything you're trying to do. They said, you know, that's not really happening. With, especially with Ms. Robinson, you like, somebody tries to come against you, they're coming against us, they're coming against our lineage, especially with the ancestor card. You know, with it being this child, you are a child of your ancestors, and they completely recognize that. And you like, you need something, you want something, we'll get it done, just call on us. You got Lilgord. So with this, you know, sometimes I really want to say that you want to be aware of your emotions. You know, make sure, like, I know you are wise and you are mature, but sometimes your emotions may get the better of you every now and then. If that's the case, you want to be careful, you know, especially since you are really able to call on, you know, your ancestors if you feel wronged in any way, and tell them like, well, I don't really like how they're doing this, I need you to take care of that. They will take care of it, especially with this royalty. They will go through, you know, but you really need to be mindful of, you know, is this energy that I'm seeing them sending them warranted? You know, is it valid? Really make sure you're being aware of that. You got 10 of Staff, so you're going to continue. I already see if you are going to, you know, essentially if you have children, these gifts are going to continue with them, with this, you know, kind of protection energy going on. This isn't going to be anything stopping anytime soon, because you can see it's just a line. As you can see, it's just a line going down of, you know, people really going on their path and continuing. So this is really a gift that has been probably going down from generation to generation of just protection. You also got 8 of Coins. Again, you may want to look into, you know, making some spiritual tools. As you can see, this is very complex braiding, but it's jewels all within it. So really you want to be focusing on, you know, how to monetize this. I mean, you can pull out some really strong energy, some really strong things, and if that's the case, then, you know, really make your coin. I mean, why not? If you know you have this powerful gift, then you should be utilizing it for others. You know, really, our ancestors are all about us in the lineage thriving, but in order to do that, you really have to put yourself out there. But again, you know, you guys are really the ones who are the protectors. I'm surprised, the spiritual warrior, but you got the prayer warrior, so it makes sense. But you are the protectors of your family, of your lineage, of your legacy, and that has clearly been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And, you know, you all are mature and wise, but you still want to be mindful of your emotions, because you can, you know, conjure up so much energy and conjure up your ancestors to really do, you know, really just smite your enemies or anybody you view as enemies. And you just want to make sure that, you know, if that is you, all of that is warranted. So with that being said, pile number 1, if this resonated with you, please let me know below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like it. If you want to see more content coming up from me soon, you know, make sure you subscribe. I really thank you, and I really appreciate you for watching this, and thank you so much for tuning in. So if you chose pile number 2, then this is the reading for you. Let's go ahead and get started with your cards. So first and foremost, we have Unknown Ancestor speaking. I have been watching over you. Learn more about your heritage through research. You will find me, my name. Dance ritual. We go into trance, feel spirit, express ourselves through motion, fast movement, and meditation. The feeler. I can feel their pain and energy picking up on everything around you, positive and negative. And a ancestor speaking card. Pay attention to your health. Stop stressing yourself out and take care of yourself. I'm gonna go through with a couple more cards. These are ones I made. I know they're bootleg, but don't judge me. You got Reiki practitioner, which makes sense. You have the feeler. root worker, or you know, herbalist. Healing magic, again, makes sense. And last but not least, we got sunshine. Right off the bat, I could tell that this was my healer group. You're able to feel literally everything around you, whether that be good or bad. You know, you literally feel every single thing around you, and right off the bat, you really want to be careful with anything you pick up, especially with this ancestor speaking. Pay attention to your health. Stop stressing yourself out. I feel like at times you can't even differentiate if it's your emotions you're feeling or if it's somebody else that's around you, which isn't a bad thing, but I feel like you guys might be a little new to your gifts. And if you weren't aware that, you know, this is a gift and you've been feeling super emotional and you don't know why, well, sweetie, it's because you can feel everything. But I do see that by you feeling everything, you are actually a healer. You got Reiki practitioner and healing magic, specifically water. I find water to be a very healing element. So with that being said, you know, some of you may be gifted in Reiki, and if you are a Reiki practitioner, that's something you want to look into. You may also want to look into healing magic, especially with water and root worker / herbalist. With that being said, you know, you may be able to make spiritual waters that are all about healing, whether that be the person themselves or their ancestral lineage. That is something that this really is your main gift, is the healing magic. And with all of these things, with you feeling everything, being able to bring all this healing to people, whether that's you know, making some type of spiritual water with the herbs, or recommending spiritual baths that people should be taking. Or, you know, I even just heard that you may have a recipe book for spiritual baths. If you do not have that, that is something you want to start creating, because that for you, the spiritual baths is really where all your power is, especially with that Reiki. Combine some Reiki with a spiritual bath, woo, you have sunshine. So really, you are here to bring the light to people. You know, you're able to really dig through really the deep, especially with this ancestor speaking. When it says learn about your heritage through research, you will find me, my name. Not only are you really able to dig into yourself with this card and the dance ritual, you're also able to do that for others as well, and really dig into what healing they need, what, you know, spiritual blockages they may have, and you're able to go through and heal it, because you are able, again, you have the feeler, you are able to feel literally everything that that person is feeling. And you know, you want to be mindful of the people you have around you. You don't want to be around negative energy all the time. That is not healthy. But every now and then, if you can, you know, learn to put up a barrier, is what I just heard of, you know, when you're feeling all these things and where you're not feeling all of these things, that can really be useful. Because, you know, when you don't want to feel other people's emotions, you can put your barrier up. But if you're trying to do some, you know, spiritual work and help them heal, you know, you're willing to go kind of into a dance ritual / dance trance or meditation to really get into their energy and connect with their energy, is just what I heard, so you can dig deep and figure out what's wrong. That would be very beneficial for you. So you may want to look at, you know, empath, you know, protection bubbles or anything. So if you I just heard, if you master that, if you can master that, you know, protection barrier, you're going to be all the way good. Because then you're going to really be able, you're not going to have a problem doing all these spiritual things for people, because they're already drawn to you. They know that they feel that you can really empathize with them, that you can really, you know, understand them and really feel what they're feeling. And sometimes people love that validation when they know someone can understand and feel exactly what they're going through. They love it. You know, people are drawn to that. But that can be very, very draining to you, especially with this ancestor speaking. Pay attention to your health. So with that being said, you know, really make sure that you're going through and making sure you know how to do that bubble. But let's continue. So you got the free man. So you're really able to just liberate people from the, you're able to liberate people from, you know, the darkness that people don't want to deal with through their trauma. That's all you are the spiritual healer. That's all you can use your trance and your just empathetic abilities, clairsentient abilities to really liberate people. You know, you tell them, oh, this is what you need to work with. This is what you need to work with. You do that, you do this, go take the spiritual bath. You know, you put in your Reiki, you send them Reiki energy, and it's boom, bada boom, it's done. And, you know, they want you to be confident. in your skills, no matter what. This has been passed down throughout the generation. You got the mother of sticks. They're like, don't even, don't fret, don't overthink it. Call on us. Also, with this kind of bird creature lighting up her cigar, call on your spirit animals as well, because animals are very empathetic creatures. They provide us a lot of comfort. So, really call on your spirit animals and even embody their energy. You got two of sticks, because people really lean on you. They do. They lean on you a lot, and sometimes they may not even realize it's draining. But, if that's the case, you also have to be able to set up your own boundaries as well and let them know, like, look, I know I'm good. I know I'm empathetic. I know I bring you a lot of healing. I know I release you from a lot of your day-to-day, things of just stress and trauma and everything. But I am a healer myself. So you can't lean on me all the time. I am here to liberate you, so you don't have to lean on anybody. After people work with you, they shouldn't be leaning on you anymore. You're kind of like a mama bird, where you help them out a little bit and then you just kind of push them off the cliff, and you let them go, you let them learn. That's kind of how you are, especially since you got the mother of sticks, you got Papa Blade. You are good at what you do, and if you don't know you are good at what you do, you're good at what you do. You bring all the stability to people and they love that, but you also know that there needs to be a boundary. You can't bring on everything. You can't have just 100 people coming to you, oh, I need this, oh, I need that. No. Put down that boundary, and don't let them cross that line. Ace of Swords, that emotional maturity about you. People love it. They're like, oh my God, you're so emotionally mature. All your emotions are in control. And really, if you notice, there's still a crack going through this gourd. So, every now and then, things do leak out because you get so overwhelmed with not only, your emotions, because, being a human is rough, especially recently, but, dealing with everybody else's emotions too. It can be kind of rough, and sometimes it just overflows, but overall you are pretty emotionally secure and stable. It's really when you are dealing with so much other energy that as things start to become a little unstable. You also got the moon. You are completely in tune with your intuition, again, with you being clairsentient and being able to really feel everything that everybody else is feeling. You never question anything. You literally have the spirit of discernment, because you can tell if somebody's intentions are true or not. You can literally just feel it. You don't even have to ask people questions. They just come to you, they bring their energy with them. You're like, oh, that's what's going on with you. You have 5 of Blades, again, putting up, make sure if you don't have this boundary up, then you want to make sure that you are protected. Don't just leave your energy bubble just down 24/7 and then you're feeling all these emotions and aren't sure what's going on, because you'll end up like the 8 of Blades, just chained up and being pulled in every direction because you're not sure which emotion is yours and which one you're feeling. Make sure you are bringing in this 5 of Blades energy, this Papa Blade energy of like, no, this is me, this is who I am, these are my emotions. That's how you need to be. You need to know which emotions are yours or not, and you do that by putting up that barrier. So with that being said, pile number 2 is you are my healers, you are my Reiki practitioners, you are the people who can transmute energy and really just heal all the cracks that are within people and yourself and your lineage. That's the big one, with you having all this healing power, make sure you're healing your lineage and your family members as well. But with that being said, make sure you are protecting your energy. Make sure you have that barrier. You don't want to be pulled in all different directions, feeling chained up, not sure what's going on. You are here to liberate people from their pain. Yes, some of you, I just heard, may be therapists or you're looking into therapy. And that's great. We need you, but we also need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself as well. So with that being said, number 2s, if you enjoyed this, please make sure you like it. If it resonated with you, please leave it down in the comments below. And if you want to see more content coming from me, just make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. So lovelies, that shows pile number 3. This is the reading for you. Let's go ahead and get started. You got Mama and Child. Destination reached. Take a break. Strength. You carry the world on your back. Okay. Remember us. Remember the sacrifice we made. The ancestors have paved the way for you. the hoodoo doll. Utilize your spiritual tools. Dolls can be used as guardians of protection or control over enemies. Warrior spirit. I'm going to put this here. You have our protection. Increase your spiritual power to succeed in battle, participate, and connect with your spirit team. In the tall tree, wealth, abundance, growth, legacy. So going with the cards that I made that are bootleg, but it works for me. You got Phoenix, Super Manifester, Connection with Nature, and the Writer, Automatic Writing. Okay, first and foremost, I see that you have a very deep relationship with your ancestors, especially because you got the warrior spirit. You have our protection. Increase your spiritual power to succeed in battle. No, I feel like nobody could pull this unless they have a deep connection with their ancestors, because you know they really are, they're with you, they're ready to go to war with you. Of course they still want you, you know, to uplift them, you know, remember the sacrifice they made, and don't carry the whole world on your back, because right now I'm seeing that you're really here to essentially plant the seed for the lineage to really grow with their spiritual powers. And you know, I'm going to talk about this. So first thing you got is Phoenix. You have the ability, when something knocks you down, you really have the ability to rise from it. And you probably think, well, that's not a spiritual gift. If you know how many people, you know, kill themselves each year because life just gets too hard, in my opinion, that is most definitely a spiritual gift, because not everybody can really bounce back from the trials and tribulations that life throws at us. You know, that's just what it is. As you know, unfortunate and sad as it is, not everybody can deal with, you know, and we just got the confirmation from the ancestor candle, not everybody can really bounce back from the situations that are thrown at us. Not everybody can rise above it, but you actually get stronger from it. You know, you truly believe what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That is you in a nutshell, especially with the warrior spirit. Especially, you know, with the rememberers, you're like, you probably think like, you know what, I can do this. My ancestors have gone through this, this, and that. You know, they really, you know, carry the burden. Yeah, we got the candle going. They really carried the burden, and they were able, you know, to come through, and, you know, I wouldn't be here without them. So with that being said, you can really rise up like a phoenix from the ashes of any situation you go through. You got Super Manifester. What you speak into existence come true, and I can already tell that's because of your relationship with your ancestors. They, you know, you have been, I feel it, you've been actively working with them. They love you, honestly. They're like, man, thank God that, you know, we got you, because, you know, I get the feeling that there's not many people in your family like you. So they're very, very happy that they're like, oh my God, we finally caught one. So, you know, they may be able to see things or hear things, but you really put in the ancestral work, and they appreciate you for that. And that's why you're able, when you want something, you desire it, and, you know, you may write it, you may speak it into existence, it comes to you, because they, you know, they like, oh, well, you do this and this for that. We got you on this side. We'll uplift you, you know, everything you want. You got the Writer, Automatic Writing. So you may be getting messages and you write them down, or again, this can tie in with the Super Manifester of what you write down and what you desire, it comes through. You also have a connection with nature. You know, you got this. You also got hoodoo dolls / spiritual tools. A lot of our spiritual tools, at least a lot of mine, you know, besides my cards, they all come from nature. You know, from the herbs I work with to the crystals I like to keep by me 24/7, comes from nature. You know, the earth is a living thing. Why not use all of these tools from such a powerful being in order to create the reality we want? You know, use herbs, use crystals, use whatever it is that connects you with nature in order for you to plant the seed of abundance and growth for your lineage. You know, you can really just manifest probably just by using, you know, some pyrite or, you know, some abundance herbs around you, and you can just do that. You know, utilize your tools. We're going to continue. This group, I really feel, you know, you just bring everything you desire to physical reality, and you don't really got no problems with it, because your ancestors got your back. 3 of baskets. Happy, happy, happy. Ace of coins. Oh yeah, y'all bringing, that's what you're bringing into your lineage with all your manifestation power. 10 of baskets, you're here to bring all the harmony and wealth. You got Ace of Coins, and you got the tall tree, which is all about wealth, abundance, growth, and legacy. You are literally you are here to really start this, I want to say, you know, wealth development in your family and in your lineage. They gave you all of these powers so you can draw all these things in for you and your family for wealth, and then it's just going to keep going down the hill. It's going to keep, the cycle's going to keep going. All this abundance is going to keep going. You know, your family is not going to have any issues. They're going to be completely, you know, fulfilled. You know, everything is going to be good in the neighborhood, especially this Ace of Coins. You got the sweet potato pie with the coin in the middle. You're going to have a happy, healthy family. 3 of baskets. You have nothing. Yeah, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about, because anything you want, you get. It's really that simple. Y'all want something, you get it. Life gets hard, you're already like, I ain't gonna let this keep me down. I'll just rise above it. Really, you guys have the ability to let what doesn't serve you, you let it go. You let it go. You're like, that's not good. Yes, it is. Again, a lot of people can't just let things go. They can't rise above something. But since you guys can rise above anything that comes your way, you are then able to continue. You get stronger, you get better, you learn from it. And because you're able to learn your lesson from the universe, source, my source is God, whatever your source is, whatever the ancestors are trying to, you know, get you to learn, they bless you like crazy, because you learn and you listen and you apply. You are obedient. You guys are obedient, and you utilize everything the earth gives us to bring in what you desire. Oh, wow. Let's continue. Shaman. Y'all better work with those herbs. You better call on those ancestors. Come through. Pop a coin. You got Ace of Coins, pop a coin, in the tall tree. Now, if wealth and abundance isn't in your future, then I don't know what is. And who knows? That might even be the future. That might be now. Well, if it's now, it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. It's staying with you, your family, and generations to come. Death. Come on. Phoenix and death. You guys don't let anything hold you back, and that is a spiritual gift. You are able to let go of what doesn't serve you, learn your lesson from it, and continue on, and then you get blessed with all these abundance. Ace of Coins, pop a coin, the tall tree, and it's to come for generations and generations. 3 of Blades. You don't stay like this. Something hurts you and you let it go, because you're like, you know what, I don't have time for this. I got better things that I need to be doing with my life. I got things, I got plans, I got ideas. I need to go be working on that. I'm loving y'all energy. So yeah, pile number 3. Y'all don't let anything hold you back. You literally, you know, really get a rebirth from it and rise above it, and you are better than, you know, whatever it was that kind of, you know, messed you up a little bit. I'm not even gonna say mess you up. It bothered you for a hot second. That's kind of about it. You utilize, you know, nature to really let all your manifestations, you know, you speak, okay, well, I want this, I want this, I want that. And since you learn from everything and you take it into consideration and you apply it, you're blessed. It's literally that. It's literally that simple for y'all. Y'all utilize nature, your manifestations, and since you listen and you're obedient, you get wealth. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this, please like it. If it resonated, I would love to know. Leave it in the comments below. If you want to see more content come from me, then make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.